Good morning, my little coffee beans, and welcome to Madeline's Life Management. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my pregnancy pamper routine from toes to hair. So I want to go ahead and mention that one thing that is super important whenever you're doing a pamper routine is to make sure you've done a deep clean and organized the day before, just so your environment feels relaxing and you can really enjoy that pampering. So one thing that's super important is adding ambiance to your little spa day, your little pamper routine. And a great way to do this is I keep a store of fresh books, which means books that I haven't read before. Recently I've been going to the library and giving them lists, and our library is wonderful and huge because it's the Omaha Public Library, so they have a lot of the books that I want. But this one I actually own, and it was, I keep it under my coffee cart because those are the books that I haven't read yet that I save for a special occasion. And then I have a pregnancy safe tea. This is rooibos tea. And then I have a Nest candle called Holiday Scent. It is so good and so amazing, and it's one of my favorite scents ever. And then I just have some big flowers and then a little charcuterie board of fruit and carbs, basically. And I have these fun Valentine's Day cookies that I got at Walmart, and they are so good. And I have a little bit of granola and then some fruit. So I'm just gonna sit in a little rocking chair and do my foot massager while I read and enjoy the cookies and fruit and tea. Next thing I'm going to do is remove the polish from my toes, clip them and file them. As you can see, I've been eating from my little dessert charcuterie board, and I love these so much. They're nail polish remover, like little papers, and they don't feel wet, which is kind of funny. They just work really, really well. You just take one of the little papers and you rub it on your nail polish. Oh, I accidentally grabbed a few. So as you can see, I only needed to use one little towel of that, and I got all my nail polish off of my toes, and my toes already feel better now that they are clean. And I'm going to go ahead and clip and file them, and then we'll move on to a foot mask. So these are my feet in the little foot mask things, and then I'm supposed to leave them on for an hour. Next thing I'm going to enjoy is a 30-minute foot massage. This one I got off of Amazon, and it was absolutely amazing. I use it at least twice a day, and Blake uses it when he has free time, but obviously in his third year of med school there's not a ton of free time. One super important part of any pamper routine is the aesthetic. So one thing I like to do is I like to make a little tray that I will use when I go in the bath of a few things to eat. I have this granola, and then I have my red rooibos African tea, which is super safe and wonderful for pregnancy, filled with antioxidants, and children can actually drink it as well. And then I have some bath salts, I have this wonderful hair mask, and I have my gua sha. So these are just a few of the things I'm going to be using in the bath, but just putting these few things on an elegant tray just makes it that much more special. One thing I've been doing religiously is dry brushing. So the idea is you start with your legs, and in swooping strokes you move towards your heart. So I've been doing this over my entire body. One of the reasons I especially love doing it on my legs is that it gets that dead skin off, so it prevents ingrown hairs when you shave, and just makes for an overall better shaving experience. The next thing I like to do is use a sugar scrub. So the scrub you use really isn't important. The important part is that you have these granules and a hydrating component. So a lot of the time I'll make my own. This one was sugar, oil, and lavender oil, coconut oil, and sugar. And it smells amazing and works really, really well. I do this over my legs before I shave, and I've also started using a scrub on my arms as well, and sometimes even my belly. This one is super hydrating, and anything I can do to prevent some stretch marks. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and add some bath salts to the water.
I like to use just plain Epsom salts, and they are wonderful for just muscle relaxation. And also, something to note is that I never fill the bath past my stomach. I stop it underneath, which is why you'll see that the water is kind of low. And then I shave. I actually use a men's razor. That's kind of my secret. I've noticed that they last a lot longer. And then lastly, I'm going to go ahead and use a gua sha. Now this is wonderful for aches and pains, and also it breaks capillaries in your skin and helps with just rejuvenation, and overall it just creates tiny little traumas so that your body is sent to work to fix those. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my nail polish off and then clip and file my nails. So if my nails are all long, I like to keep polish on them, but honestly, the minute that one of them breaks, I have to take the polish off, and I like for them all to be the exact same length, so then of course I cut and file them. As I apply this face mask, or the last little bit of face mask, I thought it was important to know that I actually ran out of storage on my computer. So this is going to be part 1 of a 2-part series of my pregnancy pamper routine.
So the next thing I'm going to use is a hair oil, and this is a self-heating hair oil. So I'm just going to pop off the top here, and my sister actually got me started on these. This one is by L'Oreal. There we go. And you just put some in your hand, and then I'm going to run it through my hair. I'm going to get the top. I have very oily hair, and so oil actually helps lift other oils. So this will help just give me a really deep clean. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this hair oil, and then I'm going to add a hair mask on top of that to really hydrate. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.